Welcome to Space Matrix. Subscribe the channel. In global politics, some events rewrite the entire script. Japan's decision to join the BRICS Plus coalition is one of those moments. For decades, Tokyo was the bedrock of American strategy in Asia, a loyal G7 ally. Now it's shaking up the world order. The idea of Japan, a model of Western democracy, joining a bloc with China and Russia was once unthinkable. Now, it's reality. This is a strategic nightmare for Washington, exposing the risks of an America-first approach that took old alliances for granted. Tokyo's pivot is a direct challenge to the post-Watu order the US built and led for nearly 80 years. Japan's leaders, feeling cornered by economic anxieties and strategic vulnerability, saw their prosperity and security could no longer rely on a single, unpredictable partner. This isn't betrayal, it's self-preservation, a bold gamble to secure Japan's future. The world must now grapple with a new multipolar reality. The map of global friendships is being redrawn. The seeds of this shift were sown in economic conflict. The Trump administration's tariffs, meant for China, soon hit Japan, especially its vital auto industry. Tariffs on steel, aluminum, and cars struck at the heart of Japan's economy, causing profits to plummet and trust to erode. Decades of loyalty couldn't shield Japan from America-first protectionism. The unpredictability of US trade policy forced Japanese leaders to seek more stable partnerships. This wasn't just a trade dispute, it was a fundamental reassessment of the alliance. The message from Washington, Japan was now a competitor, not a partner. For Japanese policymakers, the world was changing, and the US anchor was less secure. The search for alternatives became urgent. Japan's move to BRICS Plus is the result of years of mounting pressure. It's a response to being pushed away, not pulled in. What is BRICS Plus? Originally Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, it's now a growing coalition of emerging powers. Unlike the G7, BRICS Plus is a diverse bloc united by the desire for a greater voice in global affairs and less Western dominance. They've built their own institutions, like the New Development Bank, to rival the World Bank and IMF. With new members like Saudi Arabia and Egypt, BRICS Plus now represents a huge share of global GDP, population, and resources. The bloc's agenda has expanded to politics, technology, and security, aiming for a multipolar world. For Japan, joining means access to dynamic markets and a seat at a table shaping the 21st century. It's a pragmatic move, even if it means working with rivals like China and Russia. Japan is diversifying its options in a world no longer dominated by a single power. Japan's decision defies nearly 80 years of tradition as America's closest Asian ally. Its constitution, security, and foreign policy have been deeply tied to the US, until now. Joining a bloc with China and Russia, despite historic disputes, signals a major strategic recalculation. Japan is now a leading member of both the G7 and BRICS Plus, straddling two competing global forums. This dual membership forces Japan into a delicate balancing act, hedging its bets on the future. The world is shocked because Japan is asserting new strategic autonomy, no longer content to be a follower. It's a bold declaration of independence, even at the risk of alienating its traditional partner. The quiet nation has made a loud statement it will no longer be taken for granted. At the heart of Japan's move is a quest for economic security in a fragmented world. The US tariffs expose Japan's vulnerability as an export-driven economy. By joining BRICS Plus, Japan gains access to a vast economic zone less subject to Washington's whims. It's a strategic hedge, diversifying partnerships to protect prosperity. BRICS Plus promotes trade in local currencies, reducing dependence on the US dollar and insulating Japan from American financial pressure. The bloc's members are the engines of global growth, offering new markets for Japanese goods. Japan also secures access to vital resources, energy, minerals, food, from BRICS Plus producers. This is a pragmatic business decision and a move to safeguard essential imports. In a world of resource competition, Japan is ensuring its long-term resilience, the goal economic security and independence. The US and its G7 partners are shocked and deeply concerned. Washington fears Japan's move could trigger a domino effect among other allies. The decision is seen as a blow to American prestige and leadership. European leaders worry the G7's unity is fractured, with Japan now part of a rival bloc. The world risks splitting into two spheres, a US-led camp and a BRICS Plus camp, with Japan in the middle. Diplomats scramble for answers. Does Japan's move mean a full realignment or just economic diversification? The US may review its security commitments, signaling displeasure. For the West, it's a wake-up call. American dominance is no longer assured. Allies have options, and influence must now be earned, not assumed. The rise of BRICS Plus and Japan's pivot mark the arrival of a truly multipolar world. Japan's BRICS Plus move is a turning point, accelerating a split between the US-led West and a rising bloc of emerging powers. But Japan's presence complicates the divide. It could be a bridge or be torn by competing loyalties. The US-Japan alliance will endure, but trust and exclusivity are gone. The relationship is now more transactional. Global trade may fragment into rival zones, with Japan boosting BRICS Plus ambitions and challenging Western dominance. The world is entering a new, uncertain era. Old rules no longer apply. Japan's bold step is part of a broader shift toward a contested, multipolar landscape. The choices made now in Tokyo, Washington, and Beijing will shape whether this era brings conflict or cooperation. The world holds its breath.